Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown! Pulled from behind! Ball's out! Big man running! Raiders! Yo, what is the deal, nation? I am back. Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. It's been a minute, y'all. Glad to come back on my regular Monday. Came on a little bit earlier. My guy Run and Turf are going to be on around 5 o'clock. So decided to go on a little bit earlier. Got a few things got to do around the house also. So kind of works out. But appreciate you guys tapping in, pulling up on this Monday afternoon, Monday night, wherever y'all be. If you're in the East, it is Monday night. If you're on the West Coast, it is Monday afternoon. But happy June 1st, guys. It's June 2nd, but post June 1st. So there's some things to go ahead and talk about. I've been checking the news. No big news as of yet, but we have some other things we got to definitely go ahead and get into. But before I do, let's go ahead and tap in with the chat. Salute to everybody already here in the building. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Shout out to my guy, Rosetown. Appreciate you pulling up. My guy, Robert Pena in the building. What a do, brother. Thanks for pulling up. Shout out to my guy, Jason Downs. Flossen, the Raider Jeff emoji picture. There you go. There you go. Shout out to my guy, Sacktown Raider Mike. Appreciate you pulling up, my dude. What it do? Let's see here. Salute to Chewy in the building. What it do, my guy? Salute, salute. My guy, Rorschach Raider 2-4 in the building. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Let's see here. And hopefully you guys can hear me now as of I haven't heard anything as of yet, but the mic didn't click on. That's what happened. Let's see here. Who else is here? Say my guy, Desert Raider. What it do? Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Salute, salute. All right, y'all. So post June 1st. All right. As of yet, I have not seen anything from the Raider side that we've made any cuts or acquisitions. That might happen possibly sometime this week. Mostly we'll probably get some cuts. Some guys not making the team. But I think really what we're looking for is that, some possible June 1st pickups. And we talked about it on Saturday's show on having certain individuals possibly being picked up June 1st. Or having Spike Tech and Carol see what becomes available, this week and going forward, and then might pull a trigger and get some acquisitions. But I think probably the key name here is Jalen Ramsey. So Jalen Ramsey has not been cut yet from the Dolphins, but it might be a thing where we definitely see that sometime this week. Now the question remains. And I asked you guys on Saturday with the show with Dub Raider. Salute to Dub Raider. Should the Raiders go out and pursue Jalen Ramsey, right? There's a lot of upside. I mean, there's two situations, right? He can be cut. He can come in a little bit cheaper. Don't know exactly how that would work out financially for him and also the Raiders and the Dolphins. But it might be what I'm thinking is it might be more of a team friendlier deal if we're able to go ahead and pick him off of a cut. Now, if we have to go out and trade for him, obviously we have to give up something, player or draft capital for the next season or seasons, depending. Could not necessarily be 26, could be 27. You never know. It depends how it plays out. But something has to be given up in order for us to be able to go ahead and acquire Jalen Ramsey. And then we would still have to go ahead and pick up the tab on his salary, at least for 2025. And obviously going into a restructure for 26, 27, and then they're on. Or you can just restructure entirely for the next 3 years if you put them on a 2 to 3 year deal. But the upside to going out and getting a guy like Jalen Ramsey, obviously it gives you instant boost to your secondary. Something that, like we talked about over the weekend, something's a little bit of concern, right? We're hearing good things from Darian Porter. He's progressing along, but there's still, he's still learning the position more and more. Jacorian Bennett, obviously, he's coming from that big injury that he had last year, that ACL injury, but seeing more of a progression from him. But not only that, now kind of the question lies whether he's going to stay on the outside or is he going to be flipped as a slot or is going to be kind of dual type of threat. So there's questions around Jacorian Bennett. Same thing with DCAM. We touched on DCAM last week as well. And he's, even though he sounds like he's progressing a little bit, I mean, how good and how effective is he going to be going into this season, right? So you guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and poll it real quick. And now that we got a bigger crowd today, I really want to go ahead and get your takes on this, get your opinion on this. Let's see here. All right. So should the Raiders go ahead and go for Jalen Ramsey? Pretty clear cut. And then also, you guys, let me know your opinions in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. Should the Raiders go out and either? I think the no brainer is if he becomes available on a cut, definitely got to swoop him up. But if he doesn't get cut, should the Raiders go out and try to set up some sort of trade, either with player or draft pick, maybe capital? That could be also a thing. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are as well. So let me go ahead and head back into the chat real quick. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up. We're going to do a quick live today. Not a whole lot going on, but just wanted to go ahead and get on, chop it up with you guys. I'll talk a little bit about potential pickups, some news out there, some rumors that are going on. So want to go ahead and touch base with you guys and chop it up, talk some Raider football this afternoon, this evening. Let's see here. All right. Shout out to my guy Rose. And if we're in win mode, I wouldn't second think bringing him in. I don't want to give up draft capital and pay him yet. So, I mean, if we're gonna go out and get do a trade to acquire him, and we still gotta pay. And we talked about, and I said, even if on a team friendly deal, you're looking anywhere from 18 to about $20 million. So if that's what your cost is, I would not give up anything above a fifth round pick for him. At this point, at this junction, obviously if he gets cut, I think that we definitely go out and get him. But if we were going to go ahead and trade for him, I think probably no more than a fifth, 2026. So let's see what happens. I'm really thinking that from everything has transpired over the last few months, they're going to wait. They're going to wait to see who becomes available. If it's not him, if he doesn't get cut and somebody else becomes available, see a lesser name come up and get acquired by us. So let's see. Yeah, my guy Rorschach. If he gets cut, okay. There you go. Let's see here. Shout out to my guy Raider Jeff in the building. Appreciate you, my guy, pulling up. Salute to you. Make sure you guys tap into the Wednesday show, the Raider Connection. We'll be on this Wednesday coming up, and we'll talk some Raider football for sure. We'll go ahead and make it happen. I know last week we weren't on, but we didn't have too much going on last week. But for sure this week, it looks like we're probably most likely going to be on. So for sure. My guy Chewy says, yep, grab him. Facts. There you go. There you go. Let's see here. My guy Rosetown, man, Ramsey or Jair realistic options for the Niners. I just don't want him going to our division rivals. Yeah, same. Hopefully Denver or the Chargers don't pick this guy up, or even the Chiefs. But yeah, we'll see. Jair, I think he's gonna stay. I think he's staying in Green Bay. I don't know if he's gonna potentially, walk away. I heard that they're kind of working on something right now, so we'll see what happens for sure. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, like I said, Jalen Ramsey hasn't been cut. Um, you know, but we'll see when he does. Obviously, we'll might have. We're gonna keep close eyes on it, and we'll see what happens. And obviously, if anything breaks, uh, with Raiders acquiring Ramsey, if that deal does happen, you definitely know I'm beyond. Uh, my guy Jason says Ramsey gets cut, he's gonna chase a ring. Not necessarily, bro. I think he's kind of starting to enter the tail end of his career. Um, might not be one of those things. So, um, you know, I think if that was the case, I think we would hear more about more of a contender uh, trying to put himself out there to get picked up by them. So, but we'll see. We'll see. He definitely wants to be a Raider. That's one thing for sure. He said it. He said it openly. He wanted to get drafted by us, and it didn't work out. And this is probably the second time around, third time around that we have the potential of having Ramsey and the Raiders connecting. So we'll obviously we'll see what happens. First things first, he has to get cut, and if he doesn't get cut, the real question is the Raiders are really going to pull the trigger and go after Jalen. Um, there is a need for a corner, but you have Jacorian Bennett. They went out and drafted Darian Porter, number three, number in the third round. So, and he's doing very very well in camp, and he's really learning the position. So they expect a lot from that kid coming out the gate, and I hope it really does work out. So obviously there's still questions in slot, um, and we got Stokes. So we don't know how that's going to go ahead and play out. Obviously with his injury history, it could go either way, right? So, but definitely having Jalen here will definitely give us an instant boost and a veteran presence in that corner room for sure. Let's see here. My guy Chewy, Ramsey will play for us just based on the coaches he's had, and he will be our number one. Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. If we're able to make that deal happen, and for stroke of luck, we go out and snatch up Ramsey, he's immediately CB1 for sure. For sure. I have no doubt about it. 100%. Um, let's see here. All right. So quick touching on the base of the poll I put up. Should the Raiders go for Jalen Ramsey? 54% say yes. 46% say no. 13 votes currently casted in. If you haven't done so, make sure you guys head on over to that poll, cast your vote, let your voice be heard. Let me know what you guys think. But interesting to see that it is this is pretty close. I didn't think it was gonna be this close, to be honest with you. I thought the yeses were gonna really dominate and be more of a one sided thing, but as of now, it's sort of close. So um, yeah, we'll see what happens. But obviously June 1st cuts. As of now, like I said earlier, nothing has been said yet. But um, as something happens, I'll let you know. But there's guys that we talked about potentially on the bubble, right? Um, we talked about Chris Smith possibly in defense. Chris Smith possibly being on in that bubble, right? You have Trey Taylor, another name I should mention that possibly be on that bubble. He was hurt all of last year. Yes, he was picked seventh in 2024, but he was out all last year. We haven't really seen anything from him. This is really going to be his, so-called actual playing rookie year. So, could the Raiders and Pete Carroll cut their losses, or they want to see what this guy could potentially do? Same thing for Chris Smith. It's been kind of a waiting game on him. Are they going to go ahead and keep him around and see what happens, or are they going to go ahead and cut their losses now? Right. Same thing for the linebacker room. Even though that room is kind of thin, there's still some questions. Tommy Eichenberg, does he stick around, and does he make it all the way to training camp for the final round of cuts? You have Amari Gainer. I think he's a little bit more on the safer side um, from what I'm seeing and his workouts, and really trying to improve his skill set in that position. I think he might be safe for this time. He might even possibly make the 53-man roster. I hope that does happen, um, because somebody needs to really step up um, in that middle linebacker position, right? Um, you have some guys as well, probably in D tackle and in corner as well, that could potentially be on the bubble. Um, you know, we talk about Trey. I mean, he may or may not stay. I think he stays, but this is again, we said it before. This is a the put up or shut up, prove it deal, prove it year for him. You know, sorry, with Trey, with Tyree. I think we waited so long for Tyree to really come out and really show what he's got. We've seen little glimpses, little flashes last year, but other than that, we really haven't seen much, right? But um, as of I haven't really heard anything big or negative about Tyree um, in camp as of yet. So we'll see what happens, but um, he may or may not be there. But if he does make for some shape, way, or form makes this roster, this is probably the last year we'll see him, right? Unless he has a breakout year, they might bring him back. But if he doesn't, really, I don't know if he makes the squad, right? I don't know if he makes it. I don't know if he's here next year. So yeah, um, obviously we'll see what happens with him. But you got other guys like I forgot his name. Um, guy who got the DUI. I forgot. Man, I can't. If you let me know the name, I'm like trying. It's on the edge. It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember his name. Um, he might be on the bubble as well, right? We got new guys that came in. Though he played Charles Snowden. There we go. Charles Snowden might be on the bubble too. So we'll see what happens with him. Right? He did some solid work last year, but also too. I mean, we didn't see a whole lot of production either, right? So it's kind of that slippery slope, right? And then plus the whole off-field shit. with Pete, there's no fucking around with that. So we'll see what happens. Possibly those guys bite the bullet, uh, but we should know probably within the next couple of days who they go ahead and keep and who they go ahead and let go for sure. Offensively, I don't really see anybody on the offensive side as far as maybe the guys we picked up early on in the off season. You have Alex Bachman that is still there. You have we went out and picked up some tall receivers right during the off season, before the draft, and then right after the draft as well. As far as the wide receivers, probably the old guard, Bachman, uh, Kyle Phillips, they might be on the bubble. We'll see what happens now that this receiver room is a little bit more, is a little bit more depth to it now. So we'll see. I mean, Sincere McCormick, potentially Zamir White, another guy could be. I think Zamir White will be more on the bubble than anybody else offensively. But we'll see what happens. It'll be crazy if he does go ahead and get cut early on, But he does has a real chance not making the squad. I really think he doesn't. So, um, yeah, we'll see what happens. But for right now, that's as of yet, nothing's been said as far as who's going to go ahead and be released at the moment. But we're going to go ahead and shift gears really quick. But let me go ahead and hit the chat again. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up on this. But Monday night, Monday evening, depending where you're at. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, hit those subs. If you're new, if you haven't subbed already, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. Help support the show. I'm on 3 times a week. I do the Raiders Unfiltered, which is this show, the Raider Connection with my brothers, Cheeto Linus, LV Raider 10, Raider Jeff, and then the flagship show, Good Morning Raiders, with my guy, the Raider Rundown. We do it every damn Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, bringing the hottest and most talented content creators in the game to you guys in a very unique setting and really picking their brains about Raider football. So we just had Dub Raider on this past Saturday. Really, really good show. If you guys missed it, make sure you guys go ahead and click that link down below in the description after the show and tap in. Really good show. Shout out to my guy Dub Raider. Thank you for pulling up on that Saturday. Really, really good. We got to do it again for sure, for sure. So let's see here. Yep. Yeah, appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for pulling up. Let's see here. Yeah, my guy Chewy. Win-win for Ramsey for sure. That is for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, make sure you guys hit those thumbs for sure. Appreciate you, my guy. 100%. Let's see. Make sure you guys go ahead and get your questions in. My guy Troy, what's up? I like Ramsey, but my money is a problem. Money is a problem. We have the cap space, though. This is the thing. So we have about, I think, what did I say, about 36 million in cap space, more or less, right? So we have the money, but there's still some extensions that need to be taken care of. You got Colton Miller that needs to be taken care of. You got Jacoby Myers, what we just talked about over the weekend, needs to be taken care of. So you even have Daniel Carlson also on his last year as well. So eventually he has to be taken care of. If you want to go ahead and bring Daniel Carlson back, now that one you can dispute a little bit. The consistency hasn't always been 100% for him, but I mean he's been mostly on point, right? And he's been a pretty solid kicker, but obviously there's been questionable on certain games, right? We go back to the game last year at Arrowhead and missed a couple of field goals. I think 2 or 3 field goals that game could have made the difference, right? Potentially, but and those are one of the things that you can go ahead and kind of argue. But obviously, you got Jacoby Myers just came off 1,000 yard season, 0 drop rate. For that guy, Colton Miller has been your solid left tackle, and like we said, left tackles don't grow on trees. They're very hard to come by. Anybody that really hits free agency that's a tackle usually gets picked up, and they are in high demand. Continuity is everything. He's been with us for quite a while now, so having that familiarity with Mumford, he played with JPJ last year with Glaze, all that, all that's important. So, but either way, solid play from him. So definitely got to bring your guy back for sure. So paying, going out and acquiring a Jalen Ramsey, it could still happen. Most likely, you have to go ahead and restructure a deal to have it be more team friendly, so that way you can go ahead and not spend all that money on just one guy, and you still have some money to go ahead and be able to do some restructuring deals and some extensions as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It could still happen. It could still happen. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. Let me see. Make sure you guys go ahead and get your questions in, guys. My guy Rorschach. Why don't you read my comments more often, bro? I love put up comments, bro. I got you. I got you. I don't forget about you, my guy. Let's see here. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and to go into the next segment here. Dante Thornton. So a lot of good things coming out of camp from Dante Thornton Jr. You know, I know early on when we first went out and got him, there's questions regarding his route tree and his route running. We know the speed's there, speed's great, it's solid, but there's been questions on the route running and whatnot, but and the hands as well. But you know, there's been a few reports. I read something on Raiders Beat. Shout out to Raiders Beat. If you're on Twitter, make sure you guys go ahead and give him a follow. He basically talked about uh, Vinny going on and really saying that he's been really lining up. He's been having, he's been running crisp routes. He's been making great catches. He beat last week. He beat Chen over the top, for a touchdown from Gino. So, this is a really good thing having our guy, somebody that we went out and drafted in the fourth round, third or fourth round, I believe, and really coming to shape, right? Um, and if he really gets dialed in and really hammers down, I mean, with him, the sky's the limit. You got a guy who's a tall receiver, 6'4", 6'5", about 220, 225 around there. So he has the physical. He's a physical specimen. He's fast. Can go down the field. Can make catches. Can make um, and if it's true, I mean, he has his hands are pretty good, and can create separation. That's the biggest thing here. Another thing that I'm hearing also too is that he's going out and potentially could be a special teams guy. I've heard that he's gone out and done some kick returns, so that might be something to go ahead and look out for. And I've said too, that might be something where Trey Tucker. So if imagine alternating between Trey Tucker and Dante Thornton on kick return, punt return, kick return, whatever. You got guys that are speedsters that can zip down the field. If literally if you give them a good opening, they're gone. They're gone. So I'm glad to hear that Dante Thornton is really progressing and definitely could be that potential big weapon for us. So I think in this June 1st, I don't think our wide receiver is going to be a thing that we go out and get. This still could be some potential for that, but honestly, looking at the shape and the condition of the wide receiver room with everybody, with Jacoby, Bash, now Thornton really coming through, and then obviously we have Brock Bowers, greatest and the best wide receiver in the game currently. I think I don't think you go out and get another receiver, but could potentially happen, right? You never know. But as of right now, Dante Thornton looks really really good. That is music to my ears, and I've said that this guy could be potentially a really could be very impactful coming to the Raiders. I was very happy once we heard we went out and acquired him in that fourth round, I believe. It was a fourth round pickup. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm glad he's coming along. So I can't wait to see him in action, and it's gonna be a really great thing. So let me go ahead and go to the chat. Let me know what y'all think. Let's see here. Um, all right, y'all picking on Piano Man over there. Oh man. My guy Chewy, dude has mad vision on that ball. Yep. Yep. So it's funny. And again, it is that's one thing that was questioned early on when we acquired this. Is one of the things concerned is that his ability to run around and then just being able to catch the ball, right? And and it's rightfully so because we see if you go back, there's tape of him dropping some balls in back in Tennessee, right? So, but I'm glad that he's stepping up and really showcasing what he can do. So for sure. Let's see. Um, my guy Mark says team looks like they're moving faster. Chris practice. Yep. Yeah, for sure. So, and that's the thing. The offense looks like they're really starting to gel. Talked about it on Saturday as well. Is that um, Gino, Jacoby, and the rest of the team are really starting to sync up and really look really in like really on like in stride and like on the same page through OTAs, right? I posted something on Instagram uh, on my stories. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Hang on one sec. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and share that with you guys. And this is Gino throwing some balls, right? Let's see. Okay, there you go, Gino again. There's with Jacoby. We go that's touchdown Tommy right there. And then we got our boy Genty. He's throwing a quick flat two. There you go. So glad the team is is getting on the same page, and you know, they're starting to vibe, and that's what we can go ahead and hope for sure. Um, Let me go ahead. Oh, shout out to the wifey on the super sticker. Appreciate it, honey. Wifey in the building for sure. Let's see here. All right. I got Chewy. Our coaches know how to work with the guys for sure, and things are starting to move along. Yep. Rosan in the second command. Yep. He's over here putting it down, bro. He's been consistent. He's been consistent. I like that. I like that. Let's see. All right. All right. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and move on to Chip on Kelly. If you guys missed it on Saturday's show, I had the clip of uh Chip talking about Genty. Let me go ahead and play that for you guys real quick.
I mean, Ashton is as talented a back as as a young guy coming in the league that I've seen. He's really special. His ability to sustain runs after contact. His contact balance is kind of a really rare quality. He's got a low center of gravity. And I think it's tough to get him down, and normally the first guy doesn't. And when you look at all of the tape of his games last year, and it didn't matter who he played, because they obviously played the Mountain West, but when he played the Oregons and he played the Penn States, you look at how he performed in those games. And I think sometimes you get caught up in just looking at the numbers, but I think it was like 35 missed tackles he created in the Penn State game. Now, Penn State's defense, we played against them, they're outstanding. That was a little bit different league for Boise at that time, but not for Ashton in terms of what he did. So excited to see him. It's different, obviously, as we know during OTAs, because it's not tackle. We're not taking guys to the ground. I don't think he'll get tackled until we get to our first preseason game. But I'm really excited. The one thing about him is he's a really quick learner. He also had experience there with Dirk Cutter was his offensive coordinator in his last year. Dirk's been a longtime coach in this league, been a head coach in this league, and is a really, really good football guy. So he came in with a good basis and understanding, and so he's done a great job. He really, really excited to work with him. That's I know everybody in the offensive staff was excited when Spy made that selection.
All right. That was Chip talking a little bit about Genty. As y'all know, that the whole Genty stands and all that really was brought up by the running back coach, and it was just kind of backed by him. But you have Chip really talking about Genty, and how he's looking so far and whatnot. Let's see here. My guys over here. I guess it is open mic night for sure. Oh man, you guys are gonna go. I love it, bro. Love it. Let's see here. My guy just said, no, bro. Luckily where I live, we don't have grass unless I pay to plant it. So nobody here has grass. So fortunately it's pull the weeds for sure. Um I've been on daddy duty all day, bro. This is actually my little break right now. So I get a little time away from the kids, but I've been at it since 7:30 in the morning, you know. Running on a few hours sleep. That's my life right now. 20 almost 24/7 with these kids. Let's see. Uh, oh yeah, I know, bro. We gonna do the damn thing in a little while, but for sure. Appreciate you guys pulling up. You guys are funny today, man. But yeah, you know, one of the things that was mentioned in last week's presser, and I don't know if you guys caught it. They asked a lot about Genty, how's progressing. How's he vibing with Gino, or how's he vibing with the office in general, right? And a lot of good things were said, obviously, but it's a crucial point, especially being a guy who was drafted, in the first round, number 6 in the first round, um, and being almost a center point or the focal point in this year's offense, right, alongside with Gino. So it's just interesting to hear. I don't know if you guys caught that or not from last week's presser, but that was something that was really mentioned quite a bit about really how Genty is improving and how his relationship with the team is and the offense and his overall his general progression, right? But yeah, it's pretty interesting to see. But obviously another thing too, Malcolm Kuntz is back. Glad to see him back in practice along on the other side of Max Crosby, much needed for sure. So this is the thing, and I don't know if I think I wanted to talk about it on Saturday. We didn't have enough time to really cover it, but um, with the whole Christian Wilkes thing, you know, in this, now being post June 1st, with one of the pickups, would that be potentially a veteran D tackle that we pick up another guy? I don't know. That's a really good question to have, right? You have Malcolm back, which is great. Christian Wilkins' recovery and his rehab has not been going the best. He's hasn't He's really hasn't participated in any of the camps or OTAs. He's still been walking around with the boot, or there's some days where he's not walking around with the boot, or you know that type of thing. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that the Raiders should go out and get another veteran D tackle for an insurance thing, or do you guys think we should just go ahead and let the rookies go out and see what they can do? Remember, we got Tonka Hemingway, got JJ Pegues. They went out and acquired in the 6th and 7th rounds. Sorry, in the 6 rounds. Yeah, 6 rounds. So we have those guys there that obviously they're improving, but have a lot of upside potential. So let me know what you guys think about that. That's a really good one to really discuss about. Um, having us going out and get another D tackle out there possibly. So let's see here. Let me go out and hit up my chat. Where's Jack? All right. So, shout out to my guy Jack Kenna. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Salute to you. Let's see. All piano man. When are you gonna learn, my guy? Shout out to Most Raider. Thanks for pulling up. AO7 by week 7. Book it. I don't know, bro. The only reason we would see AOC, and that's only if Gino gets hurt. God forbid, bro. I'm knocking on wood. That does not happen. Does not happen for sure. No, honey, they do not. They do not have their own podcast. So that's the only thing. I think there's like one dude that does it. And we only see him with like Graphic Raider when they do the AFC West show or some shit. So yep, God just gotta let Spike to cook. I agree, bro. I mean, I'm not mad at the team he's put up. He's put together this year. Obviously, the truth is in the pudding. We'll know come season how that's really going to look like. Like we said, I think you'll know by like week 4 or 5, really what it really looks like, right? We have the potential either going 1-1 or 2-0, possibly, hopefully not 0-2, right? But for sure, we have the potential of starting pretty well, better than last year. That's for damn sure. Uh, yeah, see, no, the Chargers don't have content at all. Not anything that's really good. All right, there you go. Shout out to my guy Billy Davis in the building. What a do, my guy. salute to you. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Get your questions in, guys. Really quick, just check on the poll. I asked you guys earlier, should the Raiders go out and go for Jalen Ramsey? 60% says yes, 40% say no, 25 votes casted in. If you haven't done so, make sure you guys head on over, cast your vote, let your voice be heard. Again, Jalen Ramsey, as of yet, has not been cut by the Dolphins. As soon as we hear as soon as I find out anything, we'll know. We'll know, and I'll be on for sure. Oh, I want to share this with you guys real quick. Hold on one second. Let me move this up. Yo, this is Tyree. Shout out to the Mad Raider on Twitter. If you guys don't follow him, make sure you guys go and follow. Look at Tyree. 2024, 2025. Dude looks like a fucking D tackle. That might be the extra D tackle. They might switch him over to D tackle. that might be the position for him. With only having one move of bull rush, I think that might be it. So we'll see what happens, man. For sure. Let's see. All right. Shout out to my guy Dixon. Appreciate you. Not gonna say the last part, bro. You already know. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Thanks for joining me on this Monday afternoon, Monday night, depending where y'all be. All right. Go ahead. I'm just going over to see if there's any other questions. Locked on Chargers. Yeah, bro, but see, this is the thing, my guy. Locked on has a thing for almost every NFL team. We have a Locked On Raiders with Q Myers. Don't mean nothing, bro. I mean, it's a good show. It's still a podcast, but I mean, we're talking about like other guys, right? I mean, I think we probably have the most or almost the most rated like football content creators for a single team out there. I think we'll be by far and none. And so many new ones are popping out every month, every week, or whatever, every year. So that's just it. Let's see here. All right. My guy Troy, you would think on Tyree's side he would get more sacks. Laughing my ass. Yeah, I know, bro, but he he only has one move. Yeah, but he looking thick, bro. Pause. Oh man, yeah, he a big boy, bro, for sure. Oh, my guy Sal says he still looks the same. He looks slow. Yeah, so see, that's the thing. He's off the edge. He's not good. He's slow. He just can't get the timing down, right? So maybe D tackle is a better position for him. Sometimes that shit happens. That's how it plays out sometimes. So I don't know. We'll see, right? Let me get you here. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and just go over a couple of things here. I talked about Gino on the offense on Saturday. Let me go ahead and pull that clip real quick. I think it's this one. 1 second.
Kobe Myers, Trey Tucker, like, what do you think of your new weapons here in Las Vegas?
Man, I'm loving it, man. They're making my job tremendously easy to be out here with these young, talented players, man. I think we have a really good team, a really good, array of weapons, and just a bunch of different guys that can do a lot of great things. And so, obviously Brock is who he is. Getting to know Trey, getting to know Jacoby, and watching Michael go out there and make plays. Ashton's coming along. The offensive line's doing a great job. I think Chip is, calling great plays. And, it's really easy for me. I just got to go out there and be myself and get the ball into their hands and let them be special.
How would you describe this offense?
I think the offense is, like I say all the time, we want to be efficient. That's the main thing, right? We want to do well in the situations, the third downs, the red zones, but also we want to be explosive, and so when teams come up and play us in man-to-man, we got guys who are going to win those matchups, and, I really feel good about where we are. Still a work in progress, but we're in a good spot, and, we just got to keep working hard to get better.
All right, y'all. So that was Gino talking about the offense and, the weapons. Obviously, once he knew he was going to come over as become a Raider, started doing his homework. We've seen clips of him really checking out. Oops, there we go. I got to turn on my light. It got dark all of a sudden. It's raining over here. Of him checking out the divisions, teams and their defenses, and then obviously, picking. We went out and picked up Genty. We already had Jacoby, and going out and get Thornton, Trey Tucker, all of them. Bowers. So I'm glad to hear that they're starting to go ahead and be on the same page. Really quick, guys. I know it's not Raider news related, but Eagles going out and trading edge Bryce Huff to the Niners for a 2026 mid-round pick per Tom Pelissero. So Niners going out and getting themselves an edge. So probably one of the first couple big moves of post June 1st. So that deal's happening, pending a physical. So that's cool for them. But I wanted to just go ahead and kind of put that out there as well. So, but yeah, obviously we heard from Gino. We heard also Jacoby on Gino, his veteran presence, and that's something that a guy like Jacoby is saying about Gino, right? He really hasn't had any bad day yet. He knows all the plays already, that when he messes up, he knows that he can go to Gino and be able to go ahead and get the route. So, those are good things to go ahead and hear for a guy like Gino. That's what you want from your leader. So it looks like he's really taking ownership and really, taking that offense by the horns, and that's definitely what you definitely need to do. So I'm glad to hear that. It looks like the offense is really starting to come together, and hopefully they start finding their identity really, really soon. And again, we'll know that come week 1 of the season, not so much in preseason. I think that really will because most of these guys probably won't have see Gino take a snap till that Cardinal Raider game, and that'll be the first series, the first 5 minutes of the drive, right? That's really what we'll see. But after that, it'll be AOC, it'll be everybody who's contending for a job that's going to be out there. So week 1 is really going to be the true test of how the offense is really going to go ahead and do. And again, we're predicted to go ahead and average about 24 points per game. And that's something that, I'm very excited about. And that's definitely more than what we need. I've said that time and time again. All of last year, we need to score more than 20 points to win a game. And we struggled, but we failed to go ahead and do that. So now it looks like we're definitely going to go ahead and be able to do that and then some. One last thing before I go ahead and get out of here. But before I do, let me go ahead and go back to the chat. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Again, when news drops, I go on. You don't want to go ahead and be left in the dark. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap in. Hit that subscribe button. Again, and I'm also on 3 days a week with my premier flag show, Good Morning Raiders, that I do with my guy, the Raider Rundown. That is a guest show. And we do have a guest lined up for this Saturday. And I'll let you guys know later in the week who that will be. Good guest. That's going to be coming on. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for sure. So give me a second. All right, that's my dog. That's my pit bull. Let's see. Here. All right, there you go. Salute to my guy, Freight Train. Appreciate you pulling on my guy. Salute. There you go. All right. So I guess Pierre might got banished to the Phantom Zone. So cool, because I couldn't, like, I had to go through a lot of his bullshit comments to get to you guys. So all right. Shout out to my guy Raider Jeff. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. All right. Here we go. Okay. So all right. Hey, I think it's time for you to go ahead and get anointed, my guy. You've been pretty consistent. So I'm gonna get my guy Rosetown his wrench. Could he be on here? There we go. There you go. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. All right, so let me go ahead and share this with you guys before I head on out. And it's a PFF top 10 players out there as far as let me show you guys real quick. Oh, screen share. All right, so top 10 per Nathan. So you got our guys back here at number 8 and 9, Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers in that top 10. So you know, that's pretty awesome to see. These guys make it to the PFF top 10. You know, with the likes of Jamar Chase, Bijan, you got Justin Jefferson there, you got Puka Nacua, and then literally Ashton Genty, who hasn't even played yet, but has high expectations. Brock Bowers, you know what we can do. Now let me ask you guys this: do you think Brock Bowers could potentially hit 1,000 yards this season? And that's the thing. Is he going to go ahead and stay? Is he going to have that sophomore slump, or is he going to progress and become and stay consistent and hit that 1,000 yard mark? Let me know what you guys think about that for sure. Shout out to my guy Rorschach. Hey, bro, I got you, my guy, for sure. You've been with me too, bro. All right. Get you too. Appreciate everyone. Everybody here that comes in support. That's with me on those lives that are just like, God damn, man. Why am I even on today? But here we are, man. I try to bring the best content possible to you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I wanted to jump on and just chop it up with you guys for a bit. I know there's not a whole lot going on, but obviously there's a few things that that could definitely be discussed. But as of yet, there's no mention of cuts or Jalen Ramsey being cut himself. So, but obviously that's something that could potentially happen later on in the week, by the Dolphins. And if that happens, all eyes on the Raiders and Jalen Ramsey probably being us, and I forgot who else, being top teams that could potentially be a landing spot for Jalen Ramsey for sure. Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Bloody Raider. I say go for Ramsey as long as the contract is good. I see no downside. So again, it's still going to be a high price tag no matter what, whether you're getting him on a cut or you're trading for him. Obviously, on the trade, you're not having to give up really anything for him besides paying the man. But on a trade, obviously, you're going to have to either give up draft capital or a player or both or whatever for it to make sense. And then still paying his contract, right? So it just sucks. But hopefully it looks like in that cut might most likely happen. So we'll see what happens for sure. All right. Let's see. Yes, sir. I am trying. I am trying for sure. Yeah. Hey, you're good, brother. No worries, man. Definitely been knighted. For sure. All right. Hey, appreciate you, my guys. Salute to you. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Goes a long way. Appreciate the sub, man. Trust me, you're gonna see a lot of good content. Again, guys, I'm gonna be doing the giveaway. We're gonna do a members only raffle coming up. I'm trying to get once I get at least 10 members in there, I'll do the raffle. If you're not a member, make sure you guys go ahead and become a member today. I got the link pinned up top in the chat. I can go ahead and pin it up now. But I got the merch. I got most sizes as well. My guy Jack Kenna has one. He got the Raider Nation one that I wore on Saturday, and I got the show shirt, Just Raiders Baby, with the logo on the back. So pretty cool. But I'm gonna be doing a raffle for each shirt. Once we get to 10 members on there, and we'll do it on one of the shows. We'll do it on the live, and that way everybody will see who gets in it. And everybody even if you get more than 10 members, everybody's gonna be included. Whoever's a member. So make sure you guys head on over. It does help to go ahead and really keep the lights on for sure. All this stuff kind of adds up at the end of the day. So it really goes a long way. But appreciate you guys for sure. All right, guys. So let's see here. All right, so the final tally for the poll from earlier: should the Raiders go for Jalen Ramsey? 62% said yes, 38% said no, with 29 votes casted. Appreciate everyone who participated in that poll. Great poll. So looks like this is kind of the numbers I was looking for earlier, but it was more tight earlier, which is crazy. And we had about 20 votes, something like that, or 15 votes. So it was a good amount. But that's cool to see that a lot of people on board for Jalen Ramsey for sure. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that does come to fruition. Maybe in the next week. Maybe this week it does happen. So we'll see. Obviously, we'll look out for it. And if it does happen, you guys know already. I'll be on live. We're gonna be talking about it for sure. And we'll see all the potentials that could happen that way as well. So yep. Appreciate you, my guy. All right, fellas. So that is it for you. That is it for me. I'm out of here again. Make sure you guys go ahead and click those thumbs on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Make sure you turn on notifications for any news that drops. I go on. Even if I have the screaming kid, I'll fucking go on and chop it up with you guys, and we'll go ahead and break any news that comes along the way. Really quick, some things before I forget. I will be at week 2 home opener in Vegas, or anybody's going. I think my guy Raider for Chris he's not on the chat, but I'm gonna be going to week 2, so a lot of us are gonna be there. I know Leo's going. I think Severe's going. Chris Protect the Shield is going. My guy Dub Raider's going to go, so it'll be cool. So a lot of us content creators going to be out there. We're going to be doing the damn thing. That is a Monday night game. So I'll be out there. We'll be chopping it up. Definitely going to go ahead and tailgate. So we're gonna go ahead and plan something cool to link up. Obviously I'll be recording it. I'll be doing the content like I did at the summer kickoff. So I'll be doing some video as well. But this will be a little bit more cool setting where we get to we'll be at the game, so it'll be cool. I'm gonna be at the bleeds because I'm on the shoestring budget, unfortunately. So, but I'll be there week 2. I'll be there for the preseason game, Raiders versus Cardinals in Phoenix. So if you guys are going out there, let me know as well. Hit me up. Definitely go ahead and link up with you guys for sure. Go ahead and have a beer. Have a beer for sure. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys. As always, remember, just Raiders, baby. I'll see you guys till next time. Peace.
Fuck you.